His IQ was estimated to be between 250 and 300, a level far exceeding that of even Albert Einstein or Isaac Newton. He was William James Sidis, a name that has become synonymous with both breathtaking genius and profound tragedy. This is the story of the smartest man who ever lived. A child prodigy who could read at 18 months and spoke multiple languages by the age of 8. It's a cautionary tale of how immense potential can be crushed under the weight of expectation, and why being a genius is often more of a curse than a blessing. Born in Boston in 1898, William was the subject of an intense educational experiment conducted by his own father, Boris Sidis. Boris, a renowned psychologist and physician, believed that he could mold his son into a perfect genius by starting his education from the moment he was born. He used unconventional methods, including sensory stimulation and early exposure to complex concepts, to unlock the full potential of his son's mind. The results were nothing short of astonishing. By the time he was a toddler, William was already demonstrating intellectual abilities that were years ahead of his peers. Before he turned 2, he was reading the New York Times. By age 6, he had taught himself Latin, Greek, French, Russian, German, Hebrew, Turkish, and Armenian. He even invented his own language, which he called Vendergood. His father paraded his son's abilities, showcasing him to the academic world as proof of his educational theories. The media caught on, and soon young William was a national sensation, dubbed the Boy Wonder. At the tender age of 9, William attempted to enroll at Harvard University. While he easily passed the entrance exams, the university deemed him too emotionally immature for college life and asked him to wait. 2 years later, at just 11 years old, he was finally admitted, becoming the youngest person ever to enroll at the prestigious institution. His arrival on campus was a spectacle, with newspapers documenting his every move. In early 1910, he delivered a lecture on four-dimensional bodies to the Harvard Mathematical Club. The audience, filled with seasoned professors and mathematics students, was left stunned by the complexity and brilliance of his theories. Many of them struggled to even comprehend the concepts he was presenting. It was clear to everyone present that they were witnessing a mind of unparalleled genius. But beneath the surface of this intellectual powerhouse, a different story was unfolding. William was still just a child, and he was struggling under the immense pressure to perform. He had no friends his own age, and found it difficult to relate to the much older students around him. The relentless public scrutiny and his father's suffocating control were taking their toll. He longed for a normal life, one free from the constant burden of being a prodigy. After graduating from Harvard at 16, he tried to escape his past. He took on a series of low-paying, menial jobs, deliberately seeking anonymity. He worked as a clerk, an adding machine operator, and in other roles that required little to no intellectual effort. This was a conscious rebellion against the life that had been forced upon him. He wanted to live the life of an ordinary person, far away from the spotlight in the world of academia that he had come to despise. His father was horrified by this turn of events. He saw his son's rejection of an academic career as a personal failure and a betrayal of his potential. The relationship between father and son, already strained, completely fractured. William's desire for a quiet life was shattered in 1919 when he was arrested during a May Day socialist demonstration in Boston. He was charged with rioting and assault and sentenced to 18 months in prison. His celebrity status made his arrest front-page news. To avoid the public scandal and imprisonment, his parents made a deal with the district attorney. They confined their son to a sanatorium for 2 years, effectively imprisoning him themselves. During this time, they subjected him to what amounted to psychological reprogramming, trying to cure him of his rebellious and socialist beliefs. It was a period of intense emotional distress for William, who felt utterly betrayed by his own family. Once he was released, William was determined to disappear completely. He changed his name, moved from city to city, and took on any job that would allow him to remain unnoticed. He was a ghost, a brilliant mind deliberately hiding itself from the world. He spent his free time on his own private passions, like collecting streetcar transfers and writing. Unknown to most, he wrote numerous books and articles under various pseudonyms, covering a wide range of subjects from American history to cosmology. His works were complex and brilliant, but he never sought publication or recognition for them. He was writing for himself, for the pure joy of intellectual exploration, free from the judgment and expectations of others. It was his private sanctuary, the one place where his genius could flourish without consequence. In 1937, The New Yorker published a scathing article about him titled April Fool. The piece portrayed him as a sad, lonely failure who had squandered his incredible gifts. It detailed his humble living conditions and menial job, mocking the boy wonder who had become an ordinary man. The article was a devastating blow to William's carefully constructed anonymity. He sued the magazine for libel and invasion of privacy. Though he won a small settlement, the damage was done. The world had found him again. The public humiliation and the stress of the lawsuit took a heavy toll on his already fragile health. He became even more reclusive, cutting off almost all contact with the outside world. He lived in a small rooming house, alone and impoverished. The man who once lectured at Harvard on complex mathematical theories now spent his days in obscurity. His genius, a secret he guarded fiercely. In 1944, at the age of 46, William James Sidis was found unconscious in his small Boston apartment by his landlady. He had suffered a massive cerebral hemorrhage. He died alone, penniless, and largely forgotten by the world that had once celebrated him. The smartest man who ever lived passed away in obscurity, his incredible potential ultimately unfulfilled in the eyes of society. William's story is a tragic reminder that intelligence is just one small part of a person. His life raises difficult questions about parenting, education, and the true meaning of success. Was he a failure because he didn't become a world-renowned academic or scientist? Or did he achieve his own version of success by finally freeing himself from the crushing expectations that had defined his childhood? His life was a silent protest against a world that tried to define him by a single number. He chose a life of simplicity and obscurity over a life of celebrated genius, a choice that many found incomprehensible. But for William, it may have been the only way to find peace. His story serves as a powerful lesson. A happy, fulfilling life is not measured by IQ points or academic accolades, but by the freedom to choose one's own path. For more fascinating stories about incredible lives, make sure to follow Facts Repo. We uncover the hidden histories and untold tales you won't find anywhere else.